Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody today? Nice to see everyone. Okay. Here we go. I see you guys. Good morning. How's everyone? I think you should all be able to hear me. I just had to get on live here. We will be all set. Yay! I can't believe I'm on. It's been so many. Today we're talking about, I like this topic and nobody really talks about it on here. So we're really gonna dive deep. Hold on. I just had to take care of two things. And then we're gonna get talking about a whole bunch of interesting topics because there's a lot of chronic illness out there and we don't have a lot of great answers. All right, here we go. We don't have a lot of good answers, and I sort of want to break it down a lot to make sure that we really talk about it today. Oh, I'm drinking water. I got everything here that I need. Let's see. We are going to go through, look at this. We have 21 pages of information to sort of go through. Can you, let me, there we go. All right. Need some bright light there. There we go. Good morning. Welcome. Hi. How's everybody? Open up the window. A little hot in here. Can I open this? Yes. Perfect. Hello. Welcome in. How's everybody doing today? Good morning, Queen Bee. We're talking about this is our kitchen pharmacy class. We do this every Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. And we are coming live on. I can't believe it. That's what I'm going to do. Hold on. I'm going to move these over here. Let's see if I can make that happen. Yes. Technical difficulties. There we go. All right. All right. Got all my paperwork here. I got 21 pages of love to talk about. Got your notebook? Share. This is huge. And remember, you can get this in the LANKBIO in my friend Stan. He has this entire packet as we go through, right? Just realized, I know what I do. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna have to come in and out of this live. I think I forgot to shut off. And did I? I did not forget. Thank you. Hi, Lizana. Zena, how are you? Nice to see you. Welcome. If you guys have any questions, jump in. You can ask away. Thank you. Thank you in my heart. Remember, we have a lot to do. We got a lot of catch up to do, my friends. Hold on, let me see. Our daily ranking. Yeah, we got lots to catch up on. We got so much. Oh my God, we're gonna go down. We gotta get back to C2 all the way through. Keep tapping, sharing, all that fun. Now we noticed somebody was saying the other day, last night I was listening, that they're having trouble on the app where people are, when you start liking, it shuts the chat down. I don't know, but do all the things. Do all the things. All right. So I want to talk about, the first thing I'm going to talk about is what I'm going to talk about terrain today and what that means. So, when we're talking about the terrain of our body, it is the overall environment of our body. What's going on inside our body all the time, overall, the microbiome, our nutrition, our inflammation levels. I'm I'm uh, I'm away, Gail. We went. We took a little day trip, well, an overnight trip. So I'm coming to you from that space. Um, so we're talking about nutrition, inflammation levels, gut health, hormones, detox capacity, and stress, all of it combined. So when I say terrain, that's what we're talking about. Just so you understand that what I'm saying. So when you're like, what is she talking about terrain? What are we talking about? So now you know. Now you know. When you know, you know. Hold on, I'm gonna just put a little sweater on because I just opened the window to get fresh air. And now it's chilly. These things. So and the other definition you want to know is I'm gonna say Klingons. Because if I say parasites all day, they're not going to be happy. So we're going to talk about Klingons. So Klingons are one potential driver of chronic inflammation and uh, and immune dysregulation. And some are clearly linked with specific Cs and chronic illness, especially in the gut, the liver, the bladder. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to come from that perspective today. Should I repeat that? It's a long-time watcher. Hi, Lucille. Long-time watcher. Welcome. I love that you're here. I'm just drinking water. So I merged a lot of perspectives. You know that I love the medical medium. I love Barbara O'Neill, Dr. Mercola. I read Green Med Info avidly about, Green Med Info is a platform that does all sort of clinical, uh, uh, science-based information about health and the body, and I love that. Um, I love that app. That website. It's fabulous. It's a good read. Barbara O'Neill. But when you look for her, you've got to find. Hey, Frog. You have to find her through her daughter because they have kind of hijacked her videos and, done a lot of weird stuff with AI and changed her words. So you've got to go through, if you want to follow her, you've got to follow her through her daughter. Go to her, go and find her that way. All right. So where do Klingons live and associated illnesses? So conventional medicine is it's clear that a few elements are direct carcinogens, and others create chronic inflammation, anemia, immune stress that can worsen with chronic disease. So think about that. There's a lot of, I hear a lot of um, young people talk about anemia. I don't really know. I remember I'm coming from a perspective of food and healing, so I'm giving you this information from that perspective. I would check with people, with a doctor. Like if your daughter, if you're suffering from like anemia, one of those, and not any other chronic illness, check first and rule out parasites. Klingons. Tammy, welcome. All right. So what I did in here is I created like a little chart for you guys. Your organ and what you're looking for, and the conventional link to the Klingon. So we'll go through them very quickly. Usually stool Actually, I'm scared to ask. No, don't be scared to ask. This is a good topic because nobody talks about it. I remember very vaguely as a child, I'm going to be 62. As a child, I remember this topic coming up, but it has kind of left the realm of possibility in health, but I think it's coming back in functional medicine. I don't think naturopaths ever stopped talking about it. No, Lucille, I'll write that down. Hold on. That's good to know. All right. So when we talk about the gut and intestines, this is a place where you hear more about parasites. They talk about it as foodborne illnesses or things like that, or you hear it in pets. If you have pets and they've had parasites and you let them sleep in your bed, okay, that's good. I'm gonna look it up. Thanks, Cecile. Guys, don't forget, drop your heart rates today if you're following. And I don't know if we can share, we can try. No, Klingons are actually, they're like a bug. They're a bug. They're a living thing. Bacteria is living too, but it's different. So Giardia, I'm not so good at names, but I'm going to tell you them. Giardia, hookworm, roundworm, tapeworm, blastocystis. So when you have that, some of the things that you can look at, some of the symptoms that you might see, chronic diarrhea, IBS symptoms, malabsorption, anemia, when those things are happening, it is a good idea to at least rule this out. Because so many people, they live with IBS symptoms, they have anemia, they don't know why, they're doing all these things, but they're never tested for Cling-Ons. And you're like, why not? So also, natural functional practitioners extend this to linked to fatigue, skin conditions, brain fog, autoimmune flares. Cling-Ons are seen as reservoirs for microbes, metal and toxins that sustain chronic illness. Barbara O'Neill, she talks about the notes that skin issues, psoriasis, eczema, fatigue often accompanies gut and parasite burden. So think about those things. These are very common, and you wonder, should they be common, right? Like, is it a sign? So it's a very good, I think, a very good idea to be paying attention to this very simple thought process. There's quite a few websites, and I notice on social media, people are doing these cleanses and showing you the beautiful things that are coming out. So now, liver and bile duct. This is an interesting one for me. I lost my best friend to bile duct C. And when I was reading about this a few years back, I found it quite interesting and thought, could it have been? I don't know. But when I see this, let's talk about it. Liver flukes. I cannot read this word, so you guys are going to have to get it. But fasciola and clonostress. I don't know. They're big names. But if you want, hey Jan, yes, it was extremely sad. She was only 50 years old. Yeah. Yes. Strongly associated with liver Cs, classified as a group 1 carcinogen, liver flukes. Now, viewed as a key in chronic fatigue, chemical sensitivity, hormone imbalance, or detox. Barbara O'Neill's emphasizing that the C word cannot get a hold if the liver is working in optimum performance. So if you're going through any of this, it is really a good idea. If you're into detoxing and you see that these things, you have some of these things, it's not a terrible thing to test for liver flukes or any of these kinds of things. And again, you find this a lot of times in stool tests, bladder and urinary tract, schistosoma, linked to squamous cell, Cs of the bladder, chronic inflammation, wounding of bladder wall drives mutations, okay? In holistic circles, urinary symptoms, recurrent infections are sometimes treated as stealth Cling-Ons, right? Microbial biofilms. Medical medium also describes co-infections. Strep could also be a thing, right? Lungs, lung fluke, some protozoa. Crazy, right? Chronic cough, I can't even read these names. They're so hard for me to read. Some data suggests Cling-Ons can contribute to lung C via long-term inflammation. Is that true? Don't know. But it's just something to think about. Could it be that simple to clear parasite infections so that none of these things happen? Or you have a less chance of them happening? Could be, right? It doesn't hurt to find out. Interpreted as part of hidden infection load in chronic fatigue, asthma-like symptoms, focus on drainage, lymph, and anti-parasitic herbs. We're going to go through all of that. And in the cleanse ebook that I have, there is an entire section on Klingon cleanses. Joint and connective tissue, not classic helminth niches, but protozoa. Here you go. Who asked about bacterial parasites? Complex, could be a protozoa. All right. Klingon infections can modulate autoimmunity. Helminths can both trigger and sometimes protect against arthritis. So there is a sect of these helminth Klingons that will actually help with arthritis. Could be. Don't know. Naturopathic articles note extra GI manifestations of Klingons in arthritis and joint deterioration. Worms and their antigens can alter cytokines and Treg balance in rheumatoid patterns. And this stuff is a little bit technical, but I think it's important to hear. The nervous system, certain protozoa, tapeworm larvae, and in here, seizures, neurological deficits where present and less common in developed countries. So that's good. All right. Now, Klingons, chronic illness, and the C word. With the Epstein-Barr virus, it's strongly associated with rheumatoid arthritis and other autoimmune conditions. B cells modulates immunity and can trigger in genetically susceptible people. I think a lot of people have it. And I know when you guys talk to me in our one-on-ones, I have often said test for EBV. It is an easy blood test. Regular physicians can test for it. These are patterns, right? If you have RA, it is really good. Like look at EV, look at your Kling-Ons. These are places where this stuff is going to show up. The medical medium definitely talks about EBV, Epstein-Barr virus, that shows up in chronic fatigue, um, and chronic illnesses, MS, definitely in the thyroid. Often a lot, and this is also alongside co-infections like strep in the sinuses, urinary tract, kidneys, and the bladder. Viral bacteria rather than classic worms, but the logic is similar. Chronic stealth infection, suppressing the immune, and detox symptoms. So you can look right there, glowing jellyfish. It's alive, I've heard. You sent me a glowing jellyfish. Thank you, Tyler. Where am I? I'm in Woodstock. Thank you so much. Thank you for my jellyfish. Look, we have 54 left to keep a fragment. Ay, ay, ay. We have dropped, right? But oh, we have a flash goal. Let's see. It's been crazy. Um, Tyler, they've been talking about, um, I don't know if you've been watching, but you see, look how much we're getting shut back, turned back. It's so sad. So sad. All the likes are, if you heart in the chat, if you heart, the chat is slowing down. If you're chatting, nothing, you can't do anything else. It's very weird. There's a ton of glitching going on. Everybody's seeing it. It's been they're talking about like 9 days now. It is, it's great. Hi Totes, welcome in. I'm getting a lot of like, these people are rising stars in your live. So hi, thank you. All right, rheumatoid arthritis, RA, PPV, immune dysregulation. Also, it's very well documented here, right? Experimental work shows that some hemoths, schistosoma, thank you, Tyler. That's all we need to get a fragment. That's it. That's it. That will keep us moving. Thank you, level 10, Cher. Thank you. I'm putting you up on the screen here. We'll move you up here. Thank you. Thank you, girlie. Appreciate it. All right. So Crohn's and inflammatory bowel disease. Articles report that wormwood can reduce the improve Crohn's symptoms. So this is wormwood is Artemisia absinthium. It's an herb, and it can reduce and improve Crohn's systems in controlled trials. Clinically, NDs look for parasites, dysbiosis, and biofilms. Um, uh, pushing the inflammation that really makes Crohn difficult to manage. So for those of you guys that have Crohn, someone with Crohn, it's a really good idea to get to either a naturopath or functional medicine doctor and test for that. Because look, how amazing would that be if that's what you found out your answer could be? I love that. The mystery reader. That's so cute. So inflammation may use antiparasitic herbs. So for Crohn's, and again, you got to do this with a very good doctor that understands the cycle of Cling-Ons and how to get to them, because there is a connection. Believe it or not, and this might sound a little goofy, but it's necessary in the elimination of these Klingon infections. There is a component to the full moon and when they come out and they're buried. I love that. You're going to be so good at that. That's awesome. All right, other autoimmune and chronic patterns. EBV and co-pathogens to chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, lupus, Lyme-like syndrome, vertigo, tinnitus, thyroid disease. Naturopaths and functional medicine practitioners, they see parasitic and microbiofilms as drivers of persistent gut infections, SIBO, Candida, H. pylori. These are all, you know, it's very interesting to me when I do my research on this topic and I think about all the chronic illness we have, and you think about, you know, how much better our food system is from 60 years ago in terms of sanitary conditions, even 100 years ago, right? Yet we stopped talking about Klingons in the medical realm for so long. Thank you, Tyler. And that's another thing. We have all of our. It's like we could call this Gift Gallery Wednesday too. um, we have all the. We stopped talking about Klingons as something, right? As anything, as an issue in health years ago, and now all of a sudden we have this rise of chronic illness, but we're not talking about Klingons, which really were connected. So I wonder if you start focusing on that, and at the very least, exactly, Cher. So at the very least, go after this and say, I want to be tested, do a stool sample. They can do it. They know how, they have access, they have access. You can find out. I wonder too. So these are things that I talk about right now. Here is something that really makes me like I get a little bit frustrated about this because in the sea world, right, in the world of sea, there are well-established links to liver flukes, schistosomas, um, causes of bile duct and bladder disease through chronic wounding and inflammation. So it's just like long-term hosting of Klingons then promotes this infection, this these Cs. So, hey Dominique, nice to see you. I'm getting a lot that there are long-term watchers, and I love that. Welcome. Don't be afraid to say hi. Hi, Contessa. Follow us along. So I'm treading very lightly and trying to be slow in the way that I'm talking today, so I make sure that I don't say the wrong words and get us in trouble because we're already very, very slow today. There's terrible things afoot in this app. Okay, good to know. Did you get tested? Have you been tested? That's crazy. Lucille, so good to know. Thank you. Emerging nuance from helminths or their proteins may actually inhibit the seed growth in vitro um, or protect hosts, leading to interest in the Klingon-derived therapies for C and autoimmunity. But isn't that interesting to me, though? If they find a way to use them to heal, that's okay. But if they're not finding a way to yes, but see, here's the thing, Queen Bee. I'm not so sure. No, never. I was finally put on long-term job. It's been clear for a year. But here's the thing, right? With that, hi, Olive Gosvites. Here's the thing, Cher, and this is what I, I'm going to venture out and throw down here. if you have a young practitioner, and I'm going to say 50 or younger, I'm going to say that those doctors were not trained to even look. I'm going to venture to guess that it wasn't even offered in the medical in school, because you're not, you there's it's not about a drug, right? It's mostly, I believe, and in my world, I believe in my world, right, exactly, Queen Bee, but they're not teaching root. They're teaching get the symptom. There's you can't, you know, I want to talk to the people who are writing the textbooks. I want to talk to the people who are developing the curriculum that are teaching the doctors today, because they're not teaching them any of that. And I'm not protecting or giving an excuse. I'm saying that's the root cause of not looking at the root cause of not being able to feel something. You know, what are they being taught in medical school? Not that. So that's the thing that frustrates me, because so here's a person who's getting that many UTIs, and and all they're doing is giving a drug or medicine and saying, okay, that to me is not helpful. You're not teaching to heal. Maybe there is a Klingon. Maybe you have to test that now. They don't know to do it. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. Exactly. Beyond. It's not even that anymore. It's what you're talking about. It's even the fact that we're talking about on another platform. We're talking about how nutrition, but also root causes of illness are not being addressed much, unless you're going to, it's 8:30. It's 8:30. Root causes are not being addressed because maybe built. I don't know. I don't know. No, I'm gonna find her when I'm finished here. So so here's how it works. Klingons cause constant inflammation in the gut, in the bladder, wherever they're living, in the liver, big. And over time, it's like a micro wounding. It's a constant, like, think of like little things just chomping at you. It's like a little tiny micro mosquito bite in your gut, in your liver, in your bile ducts, in your lungs, in your bladder. It's constant. Gut, bladder, liver, lungs, and it's driving cell turnover and mutation risk, right? So nutrient theft, malabsorption, iron deficiency, B vitamin deficiency, protein loss, leading to fatigue, hair loss, low immunity, right? So immune dysregulation, immune evasion, T cell exhaustion, Th2 skewing can both promote allergy and autoimmunity and blunt anti-C surveillance, right? So toxin production, biofilms, uh, Klingons, anti-cancer surveillance, okay, metabolites that disrupt gut, brain, and gut liver. So organ congestion. This is long time Klingon infection. This is what we're talking about. This is what happens. Over time, exactly, team, 100%. Andre, thanks for the heart. Appreciate that so much. We need those. All the all the all the creators right now are having a very hard time on this platform, I noticed, and it's even worse over the last 48 hours. Hold on, I'm just drinking some water. Get it, I'm drinking water. Good morning, Emerald. How are you today? We are talking about parasites, but we're calling them Klingons so we don't get in trouble, but it doesn't matter because, nothing's happening today. Okay, so these are all the ways. So think about that little tiny, like a little mosquito bite, chomping away over time, causes inflammation in all of these places. And this micro wounding is what causes the breakdown, right? Organ congestion, all that heavy Klingon biofilm. Lucille, thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. Welcome in. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, I don't think so today, Lisa. I think there's something with the algorithm it's very glitchy. It's been like 9 days of it. I was watching the creator that I watch at night, and the tapping is causing the chat to stop. It's very weird. Thank you. Thank you for my gift, Emerald. Appreciate that. And thank you for being part of the fan club. So cool. Thank you. Thank you. Don't forget to claim those points. They really help with your engagement and your creator's engagement. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Symptoms of parasitic burden, especially with chronic illness. Okay. Um, okay. Digest. So here you go, right? This is from Barbara O'Neill, who I adore. Um, digestive, right? Bloating, constipation, diarrhea, unexplained cramping, anal itching, food intolerances. A lot of stuff. It could be anything, but if these things are happening, these are the things. Um, Systemic fatigue, iron deficiency, anemia, headaches, brain fog, weight loss, or difficulty gaining weight. Skin, eczema, psoriasis, rashes as the body attempts to offload toxin. Um, Psoriasis, eczema is, I know for Barbara O'Neill, that is a huge thing for her. That she says psoriasis and eczema are big, big, big uh, Klingon infections. So think about that. Okay, we're going to talk about that, team. I will tell you, we're gonna, I've got like a 2 hour thing in here, but we're almost done with this piece and we're going to talk about food. We're also going to talk about herbs. And then if you're interested, the cleanse book, it's like 240 pages. It's in the LINK, the BIO at my friend Stan. So much ridiculousness. But if you go there, you can download that. It's a really good cleanse and it will help you because you got to do it in the right way. All right. Now, where am I? Where am I? Okay, skin, mood, nervous system, irritability, sleep disruption, anxiety, worse around the full moon. Now, I know this is craziness. Hold on, I'm so sorry, guys. Hold on. Okay. Um, where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Good morning. Good morning, Melanie. Thank you for my heart. It's good, isn't it? It's like, oh my God, you must have like volumes of stuff. The world is blowing up. I'm going to show, oh my God, my phone. That's my phone. I am not saying that. All, all socials. It's just my phone. Um, all right, so we said eczema mood. Okay, so think about this. I know this is where the woo-woo foofy stuff comes, but parasites have a cycle. And when the full moon hits, there's a cycle that happens where they kind of come out and Vikings there. Yes, they are. Oh, you guys here can hear it. I forget. Um, that's my phone because I could, so many people have phones and I can never tell when it's my phone. So I have this ridiculous ring. I used to have a train whistle. All right. If you guys have any questions so far, um, please jump in or you can ask away. Thank you. Thank you, Jude. We look at how far we have fallen. We were almost at C1 and look how far we fell. It's crazy how that works. Thank you. Thank you, June. You are really making a difference. Okay. So you got all the symptoms. Let me go through them one more time because I'm getting a little rising star. High Creations by Stacy. Level 3 for my Jersey girl. Thank you. Ron, can you please talk to Isabel, please? Please. Thanks. It's too much. Thanks. I need a spoon. Thank you. Thanks. The coffee has arrived. My mushroom coffee has arrived. First one of the day. Welcome, everybody. It's a glitchy week in the world of TT. Hold on, let me get now. This conversation for me is so important because I feel like, hey chef, hey chef, hey Bianca, how are you today? Love you guys. I need a break for a second. My daughter is sending me, as she says, 4,000 paragraphs. Okay. Nice to see you. Thank you for my heart. Thank you. I really appreciate it. If you guys can just keep doing that and keep us alive here. Do you sweeten your coffee? So this is mushroom coffee, and I put a layered superfood creamer in there. It's a coconut creamer. It's with coconut sugar, so it's not really sweet. It just makes it sort of creamy and like a little sweet, but not really. And then, hey, CK. And then I have collagen in here. And I'm drinking coffee because you're not pushing me. You're not doing anything good for me today, TT. Okay, that's really hot. All right. It's good. I like it. Yeah, I can't really do sugar, which is also a feeder of parasites. Good morning, CK. How are you? Hi, Cheryl. All right, so now I'm teaching a class. I cannot talk to you right now. Guys, hold on, please. I'm so sorry. I need you to read your text, please. Okay. Cheryl, thank you. Peptides in my morning tea. I love that, Cass. Me too. I drink the Truvani collagen, and I love it. Love it. Really, it's too much. You know, lessons. You know, it's like all the things, right? All right. So let's wind back a little bit. Let me just get back on track here. Um, I want to talk about one more time. I want to go through the parasite burdens, like those symptoms, so that you hear them and they're clear, and you can sort of say, "Oh, I want to check this out," you know, because it really makes a difference. And it's so many of these symptoms are the same as what you would see everywhere else, but it's really when you make the connection and go, "Oh my gosh, I have all those symptoms and I have this chronic illness." Truvani. You might be able to get it right there. I think I might have it there, but I'm not allowed to say that. Bye, Cheryl. Nice to see you. I have had it there, or you're not allowed to say where you can get stuff anymore because I get in big trouble, and I don't want to get in trouble. It's too much. It doesn't look like it's there. Oh, it used to be there. Why is it not there? Let me see. Hmm. Hold on. I'm going to see if I can pull it up for you. Huh. It doesn't seem to let me put it in there. Um, if you can you post a link? Yes, I can. I will do that. I might be able to do that right now. I think I can do that. Hold, please. I got you. And I think it's on here. Okay. All right. Yes, I will do that right after this class, if that's okay with you. All right. Digestive, bloating, alternating constipation, diarrhea, unexplained cramping, anal itching, food intolerance, systemic, fatigue, iron deficiency, anemia, um, headaches, brain fog, weight loss, difficulty gaining weight, eczema for your skin, eczema, psoriasis, rashes. That's your body's attempt of offloading all the toxins. Barbara O'Neill specifically links psoriasis, eczema to the Klingon infection. She is big on that. Um, and their toxins, plus a sluggish liver, immune system, recurrent infections, poor infection recovery, allergies, and with your mood and nervous system, irritability, sleep disruption, anxiety, especially worsened around the full moon. This is when parasites kind of birth and come out of their hiding. Don't understand it. It's huge. People in the know absolutely talk about that. So keep that in mind. If you guys want more information, hold on, let me do this first. We're going to pin this. We'll keep pinning all day. All right. So I want to talk about from all these perspectives. I want to give you these healers or people that Barbara O'Neill, the medical medium, Mercola, Green Med Info, naturopathic, and hey, Miss, how are you? I haven't seen you in a long time. Nice to see you. I want to give you this perspective from all of these guys' perspective. And then we're going to talk about food and herbs and what you can do, right? So thank you from my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, you're going to look at core themes around Cling-Ons. I'm calling parasites Cling-Ons so that we don't use the word too much and get ourselves in trouble. Thank you, June. Yes, and if we can all support this, it will be very, very helpful because we don't want to lose we don't want to go down another drop. Thank you, June. Love you, friend. All right, so core themes, right? Parasites thrive on refined sugars and white flour products, processed toxic foods, alcohol and tobacco. These weaken the gut and liver defenses. They're linked with chronic fatigue. Thank you, June. They're linked with chronic fatigue, skin conditions, gut issues. They compromise gut issues and compromise liver function. So she talks a lot about liver support, and it's very essential to thank you, June. We can all follow June's let's all follow June's love today. We need it here. We are we are dropping. It's crazy what's going on this platform. It's okay though. We're still here. We're still doing it. We're still doing the things, all the things. Have a G. Thank you. All right. Immune. We did all that. Okay. Now, natural antibiotics, herbs and foods. Yes. Here we go. So now she talks about using wormwood, black walnut. And these are very traditional herbs that kill. That unalive Cling-Ons infections. However, do not run out and buy those and eat them. You have to do it with a binder that draws all that toxic goop out, because if you don't, it just makes the issues a little bit more intense. Are you okay? All good? Okay. All right. So the foods that Barbara O'Neill talks about are this. Thank you. Yeah, that works. You could do all of those things, Cher. Wormwood and black walnut, those are anti-parasitic herbs. Garlic, cloves, bitter herbs like dandelion as a liver and parasite support. The detox practices are fasting, lighter eating periods, liver supporting herbs, and avoiding alcohol, tobacco to restore the immune and detox. The medical medium, he focuses more on virus and bacteria, the conceptual, like that overlap he believes is very strong. He believes very much that EBV is sort of the foundation for so much chronic illness. And honestly, while, the world, the medical community says there's no proof in that, I just see the proof every day in talking to you guys, in talking to people at my shop, at the shop that I work in. I see this time and time and time again, that so many people have this EBV virus, and the connection seems to be pretty apparent to me. And I am just a food and healing chef. I see it all too many times. And many chronic illnesses, the C word, and it has different stages of infections, right? Um, the co-infection, strep, travels between the sinus, the gut, and the bladder, and the reproductive organs. They're like best friends of the Epstein-Barr virus. Foods to avoid. This is from the medical medium. He talks about avoiding eggs, dairy, gluten, seed oils, excessive fats, and he frames that as those feed. Thank you for my fireworks. You lit up my gallery today. Thank you, June. Come on, guys, support. Let's help June get this last round home. This is so easy. That's the easiest one right here. 10 of these and we're good. We're done. We're done. We get our fragment. We get an extra fragment. Thank you, Cheryl. All right. So the gluten, right, feeding. Okay, so foods to help starve pathogens and support detox. He believes, thank you, Heather. He believes in celery juice, on an empty stomach first. I know, team, I do have that Epstein-Barr virus, and I am very picky and choosy when I eat eggs. When I'm feeling particularly fatigued and I know the virus is sort of running around and a little bit stronger, I tend to stay away from eggs. Um, I do drink celery juice probably 3 or 4 times a week in the morning at work. Leafy greens, wild blueberries, garlic, onions, cilantro, parsley, high fruit and vegetables to flush the liver and support bile flow. That's really important. It's so funny. I want to be like, the liver, that's the most important. Oh, wait, the kidneys, they're so important. But every organ in the body is so important, right? So it's like there's no one place to really start. You just have to dig in, right? Dr. McCullough, Green Med, and naturopathic medicine, they're sort of all more in the same bucket of what they believe is the right way. So Green Med and naturopathic, when you look at them, naturopathic medicine articles and Green Med Info, which is really a scientific-based platform, they talk about garlic as a broad anti-parasitic and antifungal, and it destroys a lot of intestinal parasites. And it, keeps the host, meaning us, the human body, it doesn't mess with our, healthy cells. Wormwood reduces the TNF alpha and promoting remission in Crohn's disease, often used in protocols that also target the parasite and dysbiosis. Now, again, I'm not promoting for you to take this when you have Crohn's, because I think you have to do all the research to balance. There's a lot of it is in here. We haven't even scratched the surface yet today. So before you run out and get that, you have to have a really good plan. Garlic gives you indigestion. I wonder, and I'd have to see I'd have to know more about you, Cher, to really make sure. It could be that you have a blood type that doesn't like garlic. It could be that you're getting indigestion because you're killing off bad, yucky stuff in your digestive tract, and it's coming back up. I don't know. We have to kind of dig a little deeper. If you guys want to know more about my services and what I do, you can connect with me right here. Same for everybody out here. All my faves out here, my new group. If you want to know more about us, you can connect to the LINK and the BIO. I'm just drinking coffee. Thank you. Good. Oh, look how close we are now. It's one of these. Let me see if I can do it. It's like a fish. It's two of these. And we get there. Okay. Natural ancient biotics. Ancient biotics. I love this term. You will make this your home for sure. It is. It's a wonderful place to be, isn't it, Mystical? Cranberry, green tea, curcumin, honey with strong antimicrobial and sometimes anti-biofilm activity. So think about those things. Cranberry, the bitter cranberry, not ocean spray. Please go and get the part that's the regular cranberry juice that has no sweetener, no additive. It is a powerful. I love that. I love that term. Antibiotic. Green tea, curcumin, honey. Use manuka honey. Really, really good. You guys are fabulous. Gotta hit this. I know we're gonna. We have this goal too. All right. Naturopathic treatment of autoimmune. And I think this is really important, guys. Sorry. This is really important. You definitely need to, naturopathic functional medicine says dietary changes, right? It is all that body mind healing. What I often say to people, don't go to a functional medicine doctor or a naturopathic doctor if you're not willing to do the work, because you're going to spend a lot of money, and if you're not willing to do the work, or you're just not, and you got to know yourself and be honest. I just want a pill. And if you know that about yourself, don't waste the money going to a naturopathic or a functional medicine doctor, because all they're going to tell you is what you're going to have to do to heal. And most of the time is dietary, mind, body, soul change, right? So if you don't have that in you, it's okay. Just know that about yourself and don't waste the money, right? That's really what it comes down to. And that's okay. It's okay. It's who Dizzy, where you been? It's so nice to see you. So that is really an important thought when you do this. All right, let's talk about biofilms, and now we're going to talk about herbs and binders, and then right after that, we're going to go right through the food. And you'll say, I can't cook today, but maybe we'll do it another day. We'll do some cooking, but I'll talk you through some of the recipes and all of that. But this is the part: how do you cleanse? How do you get your body out of this space? So biofilms are the protective space that the bacteria, fungus, and sometimes parasites use to shield themselves for immune attack and antimicrobial. So if you have Lyme disease, you've heard this a lot, the biofilm, right? They have a protective shell around them. And if you don't crack that, all right, let's talk about that. I know, Queen, it's interesting that you say that, and I think that might be a fun live to do, because I agree. I am often building my herb garden. I like having herbs. Right now in my garden, that comes back, I have comfrey, thyme, oregano, sage, but I use them medicinally more than for food. Then I have mint, cilantro, basil. My front garden, my front edges around my house are herbs. Love that. Hi, Michelle. Okay, yeah. Oh, sorry, team. Sorry. Thank you for getting me back on track. Natural biofilm. Okay, a natural biofilm disruptor, often used in integrative protocols. Right? They use nattokinase, which has really become very popular. Nattokinase, Nattokinase. This has become very popular with people who have had COVID and has had the poke, because it helps. It helps. That's all I'm going to say. Serapeptase. So these are enzymes, nattokinase and serapeptase. And you're going to find this in the packet. It's a lot of pages. I don't even know how many. More than 20 pages. So these are in you can get this $5 a month. So There's over 500 recipes, and there's over 50 classes with all of these packets in there that you can look up and use. Queen Bee will tell you she downloads all of these and then puts them in binders. She has a whole library. NAC, N-acetylcysteine. This thins the mucus and disrupts the structure. This is how you break down the biofilm. I'm old school. Me too. Me too. I have a stack. We only need two of these guys, just two to get us with our to keep us climbing back up the ladder. Okay, berberine. Berberine is fabulous. It contains herbs, golden seal and barberry, and this is antimicrobial and anti-biofilm. Berberine, I notice doctors are prescribing this now to patients. I've heard people say, "Oh, my doctor told me to take berberine." It is a fabulous, it's a fabulous herb, and it cycles in the breakdown of this kind of stuff. So thanks for my heart. Okay, let me look. I want to look at something for you. This is, and again, please, 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 please find a practitioner that will work with you to to really sort of set a plan for you to help you through. You know, berberine also, if you're on liver metabolizers, blood thinners, blood pressure meds, it can have an effect. So you really need to, uh, kind of work with somebody because it does affect your blood sugar, cholesterol, weight, and blood pressure. It it will help lower fasting glucose. It helps lower LDL. It does. There's an it will slightly help with the lowering of blood pressure. So just, it's a fabulous herb. You just have to know how to use it properly. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Seven of these, and we got this. All right. Pumpkin seeds, very doable. Chew them really well. That helps eliminate tapeworms and other Cling-Ons. It contains an active uh, uh, it contains active antifungal properties. Pumpkin seeds are fabulous. If you don't eat them, and all you need is like a tablespoon a day. It's not like you're going to need a lot. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Cloves. It kills egg larvae. Oh, I can't believe I said that word again. It breaks down eggs, larvae, and you'll see cloves in a lot of, like, if you get an anti-parasitic formula, like a vitamin, because they have those now, you can get them. Um, you will find cloves, wormwood, berberine. You'll find all of these in a compilation mix. Other supportive herbs, oregano, thyme, dandelion, milk thistle, all of these are support liver flow, bile. I make pumpkin seed milk. Perfect. Now, here is the number one key. You need a binder. The binder is what's going to collect the unalive off. That is going to like a lifesaver today. Thank you, friends. Okay, surely we can do this. Oh, I know how we can do that. Hold on. I got a way. I got a way. This is the way. Hold, please. I'm going to do something. Here we go. I got you. I'm going to do this. Less than a penny. Less than a penny. There you go. There we go. Fireworks, coral. You're a rock star. All right, that's what we need right there. Those. Thank you. All right. Um, the bio. Okay, we did the biofilm. We talked about antiparasitic herbs, binders, binder. You need to. It sort of mops up the debris. It helps. Thank you, Heather. It help. Thank you, Lisa. Lizina. What's your name? I don't want to say it wrong. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Hi, Diana. Thank you. Thank you for the heart. Okay. First, you need fiber. Chia, pectin, flax. That's gonna drag it all out of your colon. Activated charcoal or clay, you have to use these very cautiously away from medications or supplements. Hey, New York, how are you? Thank you. Thank you for my heart. So keep this in mind. They are fabulous, but you have to take them away from any other supplement, medication, all of those things. But activated charcoal and clay are very important binders, and chlorella and other algae preparations, very good. However, they tend to detox you over time. And when I say time, 2 or 3 days, your skin can get, acne, your, you, you could get like a cold because it actually detoxes you. Algae, blue-green algae, all of those sort of chlorella, they are powerful, powerful, powerful. No, you don't have to be afraid to use the charcoal, but what would be the reason you bought that to use? Are you using it because you're trying to clear Cling-Ons? Or are you using it because you've had like stomach upset and you're trying to heal that? What would be the reason? Thank you for my heart. Keeping up with Gracie. Thank you. These help the unalive off by binding toxins and metabolize. Oh, sounded healthy. Okay, so New York, you're using activated charcoal when your body is like over acidic. You have like a stomach. If you have a stomach virus, it's kind of good because it stops doing, that stuff where it comes out the back end. It can sometimes help you with that, but now hold on to that because you're going to do a parasite cleanse and now you're going to have it. All right, foods that feed the parasite. This is the one. You ready? All right. The foods that attract, we all know what they are already, but we'll go through them one more time. Refined sugars, high sugar, ultra processed products, candy, soda, pastries, white flour, highly processed carbohydrates, white bread, packaged snacks, alcohol, that damages the gut lining and weakens liver function. It makes it more permissive, like it makes it more easy for parasites to get involved. Ooh, look at this terrain. It looks great. It's weak, it's a mess, the liver's not working. I'm gonna park myself right here and eat some organs. Yippee! I ate Smarties yesterday. Were they delicious? Were they worth it? Those are old school from when we were kids. Yes, perfect. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. All right. Processed meats and oxidized fats, which can contribute to gut inflammation. See what it's doing? You're breaking down your body, and now you got a dog. He runs around outside in the yard. He sleeps in your bed. You get parasites very easily from the ground because they're constantly sniffing and eating goobers. Especially, we live in the woods, so we get deer and all kinds of critters. So there's stuff hanging around. When they sleep in your bed, you're eating poorly, you don't have the best diet, you're off the holiday season, whatever. It's Easter, we're buying Easter candy, all that nonsense. And now those little buggies go, look at this space. lots of good food to eat. There you go. Lots of good food to eat. And, it's warm, gross environment to settle in. Let me move in here. You see how that works? So, for for all of those co-infections like Epstein-Barr, or if you have chronic fatigue, or here's another one, a lot, and he connects this a lot with thyroid, eggs, conventional dairy, gluten, the seed oils, these all are perfect food for our buggies. My fault. That was why. There you go. Klingons, one sound. Klingons sound awful. Yeah, they're the worst. And you know what? I'm going to venture out to say and throw down that most of us have them, especially if you have chronic. I really believe it. I believe that. I'm starting to really form the opinion that it is so. All right, food is medicine approach. Chronic illness usually builds around, okay? Parasite, chronic illness builds around this. Strong antimicrobial, antiparasitic foods. Raw garlic or lightly cooked. Onions, leeks, other allergens. Pumpkin seeds. Herbs and spices that are really good. Cloves, oregano, thyme, ginger, turmeric. Have a cup of thyme tea in the middle of the day. Really good. Coconut and coconut oil, monolaurin content. It supports the antimicrobial and biofilm disruption. Monolaurin is a supplement now. You can try and take that if you want. That will help. Yep, raw onions. Look, we need 31. We can do this. That's it. Let's get one more of these beautiful little coral things, just so we lock in that we got our fragment. Let's do it. Somebody out there. Christy George, welcome in. Come on in. Come on in. Look, we're in like a bubble of love right now. We got this. Come on, peeps. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, June. All right. Liver and bile support. Bitter greens, dandelion, all those bitter greens, arugula, radicchio, any of those, beets, artichokes, lemon, and lime. Lots of clean water, mineral-rich broths, make a bone broth. That's fabulous. Fabulous. Thank you, New York. Appreciate it. Really appreciate all the love. Yay. Thank you. If you want to know what we're doing and how to connect, you can do it. Oh, it didn't work. Let me try again. You can connect right here. Nope. Maybe here. Nope. How about here? Yes. I drink bone broth every morning. Yeah, it helps. Totally helps. All right. So now fiber and prebiotic foods, right? We're talking about these are going to help move waste and support the beneficial flora. The flax, chia, psyllium. Be careful with psyllium; that can tend to be a little rough. Um, Resistant starch. So you can use potato starch or greenish bananas, believe it or not. That will help. Those are all good binders. A rainbow of vegetables, right? Low to moderate fruits, sugar fruits, berries, apples, citrus. And then for EBV virus, you can add to that celery juice, cucumbers, leafy greens, wild blueberries, apples, asparagus, sprouts, cilantro, parsley, right? Lots of hydration. You need to flush the liver and the lymph. You want to make sure you're drinking good, clean water. Luann, nice to see you. So, what clearing parasites can look like. I want to talk about this for a second. So, this is sort of like a clearing journey in phases. The first phase, you're going to prep your terrain, and this takes 2 to 4 weeks. You're going to reduce your sugar, reduce alcohol, ultra processed foods, right? This is sort of the protocol of how it works. And if you really want to dive deep and actually do the process, you can go into the LANK, the BIO, and download the ebook, and it's a 240-page cleanse book, and that has a whole parasitic cleanse in it, and it's fabulous. It works really well. So the first thing you're going to do is get your terrain strong and healthy, right? You're going to reduce sugar, reduce alcohol, ultra processed foods. You're going to support your liver. You're going to add greens, dandelion, milk thistle, hydration. You're going to get good sleep. And you're going to gently move your bowels daily, right? You want to get fiber, magnesium, mild bitter, so that the clearance has an exit route. You don't want to be constipated or feeling like you're going to. The name of the ebook is Sacred Cleanse. I believe, right? I believe that's what it's called. How do I not remember that? I wrote it a year ago. I'm so bad at that shit. I don't remember. We're moving right along. Okay. Second, you're going to soften the biofilm, right? Now, if you have Lyme, this is going to help support breaking down Lyme disease as well. Renee! What's going on, sis? Good morning, sunshine. We are working the system today. We're having lots of issues. It's not good. If you tap, it slows the chat. If you do the chat, I mean, it's nonsense. It's been very sad. Can't build, can't bring people in. It's one of those days. We have a little work to do. We need help. Mascara. I know. Can you see I have mascara on today? I'm out on my uh, my husband and I left town for a little upstate jaunt. Lisa, level 12. Welcome. Yippee, Lisa. Okay, so you're going to soften the biofilm and sort of disrupt it, right? This is what you need to do. If you don't break the shell of the parasite, and remember, Lyme is a parasite. If you don't break that biofilm, that's how it hides. It's a casing, right? It's a casing. So you want to sort of break that down, right? So you're going to introduce low, moderate doses of NAC, N-acetylcysteine, enzymes, monolaurin, specific herbs, garlic, berberine, oregano. That weakens the biofilm. And continue liver and lymph support, right? You got to do all the things. This is a stack, right? You're not going to stop building your terrain, your insides. You're not going to stop building immunity. You're not going to stop building your gut, all the things that help your being, your internal being. So number one, you have to keep doing. Now you're stacking on top of that the breakdown of mystical. On Monday nights, there's no when if you're not it's only one time, and then sometimes I forget to shut it off. But Monday nights after our Monday night class, I spend an hour with super fans and I shut all the chat and everything down. And sometimes I forget to turn it back on. The secret reset. That's it. Thank you, June. Hi, Jenna. Okay, so you're going to soften the biofilm, right? So you're building your terrain for these 2 to 4 weeks, and now you're going to soften and break down and disrupt the biofilm. That's going to be low doses NAC, enzymes, monolaurin, which is part of coconut oil. Then you're going to go into the anti-parasitic phase, and these are cycles, right? The first one is you're going to use herbs like wormwood, black walnut, cloves, garlic, pumpkin seeds, and you're going to rotate them in pulse fashion under a practitioner's guidance. Please do not do this on your own. 10 to 14 days on, with some days off, and you're going to catch, because you got to catch different life stages, right? So, you'll do wormwood, or, some of them, you can get supplements now that give you that cleanse sort of, rotation. And then you take them, and then you're off for a couple of days, and you take the next one for 3 or 4 days, and then you're off. One for a week, off, and you're going to go back and forth. Then you're going to do binders and eliminations, right? You're going to add those binders away from food, supplements, because you want to catch release toxins, right? You want to catch those toxins. Emphasize. You want to do your bowel movement, sweating, light movement, gentle lift, limb support. If you have a vibration plate, this is a great time to do that. Thank you for my co-populars. Appreciate that. Hey, Brenda. Good morning. So many more fun people are in the live. Yay. We got 4 people. Whoop, whoop. Thank you. Thank you. June. Thank you. Add binders, right. Okay, rebuild and return the immune system. So you're gonna add the binder away from food, away from supplements, away from any other medication that you're taking. And you really have to be strategic about this and map it out. Um, June, you're scared to do the cleanse. We should all do one together. Imagine if we just did it together. We should do that. Come follow Susie Q. We should do it all together. Want to do that? Springtime is the best time. Cleanses happen, like spring cleaning. It's the best time to do any type of cleanse. This is the season right now. All right. So binders and elimination, right? You're going to do them away from food. You're going to catch release toxins. Emphasize bowel movement, right? You're going to sweat, light movement. Like I was saying, though, those vibration plates are really good for this time because, you're like, stuff is moving, shaking, releasing. And then you add those binders to it and it will just flush it all out, right? Hi, Tiffany. Come on in. How long is the cleanse? Well, I think in the book it might be 14 days, but you need to get your terrain set first, June. So you're going to need 2 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks to get that set, and then you're softening the biofilm. So you can do like the terrain 2 weeks, 2 weeks in, softening, doing all that stuff, and then you start that cycle. And you want to catch that cycle. You want to start, I think how I show you, it's like 1 week leading up to the full moon. And then, on the back end is the second week. That's a good way to do it because you're getting in there, you're catching them on the entire life cycle. Because that's what's important, because people say, oh, I did it and I feel good for like a month or something. And then they get re-exposed, or like the parasites that are still sitting there that kind of hide, that have been deep into your body. You need like a second and third round. So that happens. Queen, it just depends, how much you get out. And I'm going to tell you something. And I noticed this. And, I don't talk about colonics much because there is not a lot of information anymore on the web about colonics. And I need to do a class on that. But if you add colonics to this, I think it's going to enhance the process. That's okay. Sometimes it's a little slower than what we're normal. That's normal. And when you add colonics, it really helps flush the colon. It's like 5 gallons of water going into the colon, and it gets all that debris and waste out of your system. And I would say, if you were doing that, and once you do a cleanse like this one time, and you see all your joint stiffness goes away, your belly gets flat, you feel so freaking good. It is really wonderful. It really does. It really is wonderful. I have to say, there's something very wonderful about this, about it. Okay, so now you're going to rebuild and return right to your gut. Um, Reintroduce gut healing foods, bone broth, stews, cooked vegetables, fermented foods where you can. You're going to target the microbes that remain: H. pylori, Candida, SIBO. You know, I don't know a lot about that, but I know some people that do that. Let me do a little research about that. I'm going to say probably pretty good, but people do other kinds of seeds like testosterone seeds, and I don't, you have to do those really, really under care of somebody who understands that. I don't know a lot about those, but I can look. Typical die-off. Here's the symptoms, right? During active clearing, people often say they have increased fatigue, brain fog, mood swing, irritability, temporary worsening of skin and body odor, flu-like feelings, mild headaches, muscle aches, changes in stool, possibly visible critters or mucus. If these symptoms are intense or prolonged, the plan is usually slowed. So more binders, more hydration are increased, and the liver and bowel support is prioritized before pushing further. So remember that. Those of you who like to do all or nothing, like myself, this is not a place to do that. You want to do it slow because the Hertz, which we call a Hertz reaction, that on a live off reaction can be really rough. Look at that number. That's a doable number. We can do that number. I know we can. That would be a second factor. That'll push us back up the other way. Nervous system support during parasite work. Because chronic infection is an aggressive clearing can stress the nervous system, most holistic frameworks emphasize regulation and a parallel track. So you're going to look at a consistent blood sugar support, protein, fat, and fiber with meals, adequate minerals, magnesium, potassium, sodium from whole food broths, calming herbs and nutrients, lemon balm, chamomile, passion flower, skullcap. All of these things are important. L-theanine, GABA, magnesium. You need these to keep yourself and your mood calm. No, June, it's not. It's some kind of glitch that's been happening, and I'm learning this from a couple of other lives that I've been watching. The tapping is slowing down the chat, and the chat, there's something going on. Nothing's registering. Yeah. Yes, that's the thing, Queen, and that's why you want to do it. Yes, you've been watching Suzette. She was freaking out last night. Homeostasis. Yes, exactly. So please do not dry tag here. You will be muted. Do not do that here. Bye. Take off. Tanya, nice to see you. So that's what we're talking about now. Nervous system. That's why you're doing garlic, onion, pumpkin seed, papaya seed, pomegranate. These are supported helpers. A dry tag is when if you're not answering somebody comes in, they're usually a BOT or, let's chat with questions. Exactly. Yes, we're here. Suzette she teaches you how to build engagement. And I have to tell you, it's been working for this live a lot. I noticed until today, there's some bad glitch going on. It's been happening this is the 10th day, I guess she's been saying, and today is the worst. I see it here. You also want to do a lot of mind body work if you can. Breath, meditation, yoga, walking, because your body, you want to pull it out of fight or flight. And when you break this down, especially if you have locked in uh, parasites, this is stuff. Yeah, if you cannot tap, it's probably better. I think that'll move the chat a little bit. We can see, um, but it definitely changes it. So you can take supplements, and during the binder period, that's why, Kath, when you're doing this and you start taking the binders, flax, chia, and all the binders are high fiber, psyllium husk, which I would do very slowly, psyllium husk, flax, chia, those things. When you're doing them, they're gonna flush out the colon. So you want to do that away from herbs, away from medication, away from food, right? Because it's gonna flush everything out. But you need those things to work first. You need those things to support your gut first, and then, you know, once they've done their job. So I would, if you're breaking your day in 3 and 4 hour increments, I would do them an hour before your next meal, an hour in between anything else that you're doing. So you really have to map this out and be in a position where you can do it. And if you do it the right way, I shouldn't say it that way. If you do it in a way that supports all of these things and you map it out in a really good way, you will see that you won't have that terrible Herx reaction, and it will be better. It will do better in your system. Yeah. See, now the chat. If you guys start chatting, the chat will roll. What is out there that's making all that noise? My goodness. Okay. All right. Antiparasitic and terrain support. Garlic contains allicin and related sulfur compounds. They are antiparasitic, antibacterial, antiviral. Onions, sulfur compounds again, prebiotic fibers, shows antimicrobial and sometimes antiparasitic. Oh, you guys can't hear it? Oh, it's so loud. Pumpkin seeds, cucurbitacin, I am so bad at pronouncing these words. Traditional use as a vermifuge with some supportive evidence that impairs parasite fertility and helps expel worms. Papaya seeds, this is they're very traditional. They're combined with honey, and they may reduce the stool parasite burden. So this is one where you can crush them and eat them, or crush them and blend them into like a NutriBullet smoothie and drink them down with pumpkin seed. That is a serious purge. And I would do that like deep in. And you can see in the Parasite Cleanse in the Sacred Reset book, that is, there's a part of that in the book that will talk about that. Pomegranate seeds, there is some evidence that they will help. And then bitter herbs, right? Thyme, oregano, clove, bayberry, all antimicrobial, antiparasitic. But how come parasite issues now versus 40 years? Well, yeah, because 40 years ago, 50, no, 40, no. I'm going to say, let's go back now. I'm 62. Let's go back to the 70s. The 70s, doctors were still talking about parasites. You were still clearing worms from kids. And go back and talk to my mom. I don't know if she'll remember or she'll talk about it, but she was cod liver oil, parasite stuff. They were doing that. And then somewhere along the lines, it was taken out of the medical books, the teaching. So any doctor under 50 or under in their late 50s and under, I don't think they really got much of this. And it was kind of pushed away. And all of a sudden we have this big rise. Oh no, not the 70s. We had this big rise in chronic illness over the last 30 years. Why? I think my my food and healing brains as one of the reasons has to be that we stopped looking at that. They've taken hold in a big way. How do we get back and heal that? Okay, you want a recipe? Culinary doses are typically gentle for most people. Supplements and concentrated extracts should be practitioner guided, especially do not do this during pregnancy. Taking meds or with liver or kidney issues, you have to be really careful. Cod liver oil, right? Yeah. I'm 62. Yeah, yeah, never heard of that. I thought it was gums and food. Well, I remember my pediatrician when I was a little kid telling my mother about worms and doing it. I remember it because I was freaked out. If you are going to, DIY this and mega dose herbs and undertaking long, intense cleanses without supervision, while I will do stuff like that, crazy me, because I've been around this for so long and I feel a little bit more comfortable. I would say find a good practitioner that can help you do this, and really do your own research and mapping out and good plans and seeing. See, look, we're in a huge wave. It went up to 60 people from 15 and from 30 and 40, and then it comes back down again. So, you know, it's kind of like it is a wild ride here today in the lands of TT. Let's see if we can get all this gifting done. I got 20 minutes. Okay, here's a garlic pumpkin seed green pesto. You ready? I'm going to give you this. You're going to do garlic, pumpkin seeds, parsley, and or cilantro, extra virgin olive oil, lemon juice, and a little pomegranate. You want some measures for this? I should go back and put measures in this. So you're going to do about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of garlic. I'd go slow. Pumpkin seeds, you're going to do a quarter cup. Parsley and cilantro, I would do a half bunch of each. And then lemon juice, you're going to do 1 to 2 tablespoons. And then you're going to put all that in a food processor, blend it up. And then you're going to pour oil, olive oil, make sure it's single source, certified organic, cold press, like all the things. And then you're going to pour it in and blend that and make it beautiful till it's like a nice amount. And this pesto is going to give you anti-parasitic, supportive, right? Leafy herbs, oil, antioxidants. You can use it to dip cucumbers in, vegetables. You can put it in an artichoke soup. You can top it on an artichoke soup. You can make a salad with it and toss a salad in that. I would not use pasta because you're trying to, do healthy foods. I would use it like that. Okay. Papaya seed and lime. You're gonna dry your papaya seeds a little bit. You can crush them a little bit. You can add a little lime zest and a pinch of salt, and you can use them in over salad, on a salad. If you want a good broth to make, you can add onion, garlic, thyme, oregano, bay leaf, carrot, celery. Put a little, like a beef bone in there or some chicken bone, and just simmer that for an hour, and you can sip on that. That's a nice warming anti-bug broth You could put, I would do fresh oregano, fresh thyme. Just put some sprigs in there and just sip it. It's sulfur rich, aromatic herbs. Nervous system. If you are feeling anxiety in any way, our chat totally stopped. It's not moving at all. And no hearts. That's crazy. I've never seen that. Wow. I guess that's right. Let's see. See if we can rock this. We need these 8. I know it's okay. Listen, it all comes back. We're going to stay here and just keep moving. If we can clear this, I will be so happy. If we got that number today, it will be so good for us. Because at least we kind of like are crushing it that way, you know? And it doesn't take a lot. We have 50 people in here right now. That's like one of these. No, let's not say that. Let's say we're thriving. All right, nervous system, signal clearing. Here's my favorite tea on the planet. A tea bag, 2 tea bags, lemon and chamomile. A little bit of ginger. You could grate it, slice a little piece, and some lemon. Just slice the lemon, throw it in there. I would live on that. You could throw it over ice, or you can sip it warm. Either way, it's just going to bring your stress down. Just bring it right down. It's the best. So there is a ton. We only got through half of this packet today. There's cancer-specific and chronic illness considerations. There's a look at, what does it look like from Dr. McCullough's perspective? I have here Barbara O'Neill. We have medical medium lens. We have all of these. Green Med Info. All these different focuses on specific foods, little different changes that you can do. And then I made a little chart for you so that you can go through it and see if this packet is so packed. Thank you so much, Deborah. I appreciate that. Thank you, Deborah. Now we really have to do that. We can make that happen. You guys got this. Let's go. Hi, Gabby. Welcome. So also there's a whole, what I did is I blended and integrated all of the parasite information together. So like detoxing from mainstream pharma, heavy narratives, curating alternative information, like showing you how to actually create the path that's going to work best for you. I talked a little bit more about how parasites may contribute to chronic illness, and I broke it down one more time for you. It's just such a great packet of information for you to be able to really understand when you're testing for parasites. Thank you for my co-populars and my super populars. I really appreciate that. We're going to make it Gen X. Thank you. That's the number. If we can make that in the next 11 minutes, we are going to be in a great shape for tonight and to beat this whole mess that's going on TikTok right now for everybody. It's, I think I didn't notice it until I thought it was just our live. And then I was in with Suzette last night and I was like, whoa. This is rough. Thank you for that, Timo FM. Thank you. Yeah, there's 200. We could do that. We could do it. It's simple. All right. Here's where you're going to consider testing. This is another good way to think like, maybe I should test for parasites. Besides all the symptoms we talked about in the beginning, persistent diarrhea lasting more than 1 to 2 weeks, ongoing greasy or foul-smelling stool, unexplained anemia, unintentional weight loss, travel to regions, like if you're out of state, out of the country and you go somewhere where, the water isn't as good or known exposure to contaminated water, chronic digestive symptoms, cramping in your stomach, a lot of bloating after eating. It doesn't just have to be your poop is not good. It could be other things. If your poop is okay, but you have other issues, it still could be that. Stool, there's an antigen or PCR based stool testing. Um, you know, there's ways to do it. I love that this chat's rolling. We got to get your chat rolling now too. You guys all have to chat out here. We're on the Book of Face, YT, IG, and X today. All live. Yes, ask your questions. You've got 10 minutes left. Can we hit that? Not June, not only June, all of us. Hit that number. Let me see if I can put those hearts, because that's all we really need. Let me see. Let me pin this, and then we'll go back. You had a stomach bug? Thank you, Jan. I appreciate it. Welcome. This is our kitchen pharmacy class. If you haven't been here before, I'm Chef Liz. I've been cooking and food and healing for the past, 40 years, since I'm 18 and could cook on my own. And I am a professionally trained vegan chef out of New York City, second generation. Hey, Nate. Good morning. I have been I've been cooking food and healing, and let's see, I've gone to Saudi Arabia and I cooked for King Fahad's family. They had a women's center in the diplomatic quarter of Riyadh, and I worked there for a year. The Healthy Body Kitchen. I just found all my menus. I want to do a post and show them for you. They're all in Arabic. It's kind of cool. Yes, here, let me do that. If you're looking for me, you can check here. You can go, oh, it didn't go. Hold on, let me do it again. There we go. You can check here. It's pretty cool. And then I had my own home delivery service for 10 or 11 years. That got kind of knocked out when the World Trade Center came down. And then I've been for the last I'm in my 22nd year at Nature's Temptations. I'm the executive chef there. We do all prepared food. Some of you guys have been to the shop, you know it. You've come to visit me. Try, that's when you could try a good probiotic, a good Astaphis is really going to help you read the pen. Yes. They're going around. For that, you need, get your stomach, get your probiotics, take them, and have some, you might be able to take some probiotic now, Deborah, and feel better, and also take one or two charcoal. That's going to absorb any goober crap that's laying around in your stomach that caused it. It's pretty cool. I don't think we're going to, can we get this done? We got 7 minutes to do 2,000 cabbages. Let me see if I can change this. Let's see what we can do. Nope, that's not it. If you can support me today, I will love it. Let me see it. Let me move this. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Oh, there it goes. Let's see. Can we do these? Hold on. I'm going to try this. We got something. Thank you. Let's put a galaxy up. Let's wipe this out with a galaxy too. Or let's see. Let's see if this helps. Come on, people. Let's go. Let's go. There you go. Thank you for my team and my family's need. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, sir. All right. Um, clearing parasites. We talked about this a lot. That daily bowel movement, adequate fiber, mineral-rich hydration, blood sugar stabilization, and nervous system regulation. All of those things. And you have in this packet everything that you need to get through it. I do not at all. I recommend prunes, pears, apples. Um, Deborah, thank you. Level 20. Let me see if I can add my sticker. It won't let me. It's not letting me. Thank you. 1.6 cabbages. Come on, we could do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I don't. I don't. I think you can do other things that will help. Like I just said, pears, prunes, apples, rice and beans, lots of good water, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Chia seed, flax seed, um, psyllium husk if you really need it. But I would start with those first. Those are going to do much better. They're better on your system. Thanks for my hand, Art. Culinary herbs that support your gut. We talked about it 100 times. Garlic, onion, ginger, thyme, pumpkin, papaya. Then the real unalivers of these Cling-Ons: black walnut, wormwood, clove, oregano oil, berberine. They're very potent herbs. They're going to knock stuff out, but you have to, work. Less is better. You're so welcome. Binders do not unalive the parasite. They bind the toxin and debris in the digestive tract that supports the elimination, right? So when you start to unalive the bugs, they have a unalive off, and they release toxin and debris, and they break up. Thank you so much for that, Nate. We're so close. We're gonna get this. And I'm up in the Catskill Mountains, and you're going to the binders. They release all this toxin and debris. The binders, yes, $3.95. Let's go. Love you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that so much, Nate. We're talking about chronic illness and Cling-Ons, and we made the connection today of what is going on that so many people have chronic illness, and could it be Cling-Ons? I so appreciate you, Juju. Thank you. Ooh, I never saw that fan before. That's so cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. You guys are great. Binders, take them on a roller coaster ride out into the pool. Exactly, Renee. That's a good visual. I really appreciate that so much. Thank you. Thank you, Nate. Appreciate you guys. That's really going to help us. Hopefully we won't have to go on tonight to intensify that, but I think that should get us right in there. Thank you, New York. I appreciate it so much. Really, so cool. All right, so the binder doesn't unalive that parasite, right? It just clears up all the debris, right? That's what it does. It just swooshes it all out. I don't even know what I said, Kath. Oh, Renee said it. Oh, the roller coaster thing. Gotcha. Yeah, that was perfect. Binders, take them on a roller coaster ride. Yeah. Chlorella, nutrient-dense algae, sometimes used as a gentle binder. For me, chlorella is a massive sort of detoxifier. If I take that for 2 or 3 days, my body's like, ooh, and it just throws stuff out of my body. Wild ride. It's like the cyclone roller coaster. It's pretty wild. And then fiber, that really helps. You know, the more that I teach you guys and the more that we talk about things, fiber to me is such a lost leader in health. Thank you so much, reaching level 10, Juju. Appreciate that. It is really the lost leader in health, fiber. Fiber, fiber, fiber. Oh, yeah, fiber. Wait, did I tell you about fiber? It's really, really good. So keep that in mind. Uh, the unalive off symptoms, headache, fatigue, brain fog, nausea, skin flare, right? Chronic illness often reflects that cumulative burden, right? Um, whoa, what the heck was that? I don't think I've seen that in a while. That's pretty cool. Thanks, Nate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Tan, nice to see you. This has been a really good class. Do you guys have any questions at all about what we talked about today? You can find all this information here through the, oh, it didn't work. Hold on. Through this. You can find it here. You can find it in the link of my bio. You can find it there. You can reach out here. Does anybody else have any? Thank you for your inquiry. I appreciate that. Oh, really, Kath? It's good, right? There's a lot of information. Hey, Gina, there's a lot of information. And really, I skipped through a bunch of pages just because of time. But if you want to grab this, it's in the recipe vault. The recipe vault has over 500 recipes. I add to it weekly. Thank you, Nate. Have a great day. I add to it weekly and all of the kitchen pharmacies. So there's over 500 recipes and over 50. You're back from Mexico, Lady Boss. You're perfect to check for the Cling-Ons. You really want to, it's a great resource for you, for all the things we talk about. And all of this is here for you too. Have a great day. You guys, thank you so much for all the love tonight. For my all access passes, remember tonight we're on. We have our little happy little, enjoy your day too. Thanks for that. I'll see you tonight. Don't forget. You're welcome, Cher. For the all access passes tonight, Wednesday night, the last Wednesday of the month, we have our webinar. 7 or 8, I forget. I think 7. The link is emailed. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Thanks for all that love, Nate. Appreciate that a lot. All right, my friends, I will see you guys all Saturday morning, 10 a.m. for, oh no, tomorrow night, Thursday night is our Q&A. I might be coming live to you guys. I have a cooking class at the shop, so I might come to you live there. Have a great day. I'll see you guys all then. And then Saturday morning at 10 a.m. is our kitchen hacks class. Take care.